everybody, my name is Susan Yates and I am a fine artist and dedicated sketcher and author of Sketchbook Challenge 100 Prompts for Daily Drawing. Now I've been asked to take part in a drawing sort of challenge for the week where a number of the authors of books with Search Press, who are a publisher in the UK who publish specific art and craft books, have invited some of their authors to sketch a flower. So today I am going to be focusing on sketching a crocus, which is a beautiful little bulb, and I have seen some wonderful white and purple crocus in flower very near where I live, and I've been snapping photographs and videos and doing some sketching of these beautiful flowers whilst out and about. So what I'm going to do is show you some of my drawings and then we can draw along together. Okay, so welcome to my sketchbook where I've been sketching different crocus from real life and from photos over the last couple of days. So these weren't done in a single sitting. I've gone through and sketched individual flowers at different points. Some of them are more worked up with pencil and some are a little bit looser. And as you can see, I mean, just how gorgeous are these crocus, and you can just see how beautiful the colours are and the shapes are. They're beautiful little bulbs. They come and go very quickly. I saw them last Thursday, sketched them, and I've gone back and seen them today and they're already beginning to go. So they are just really beautiful. So what we're going to look to do is sketch together, just using simple pencil, the basic sort of shapes and forms of these flowers. And what I would say is one of the most important things is to have a great reference to work from, and you can work from real life, or what I'm doing here is providing a photo. So I'm just sharing a photo that I've taken. These are my own photos, where you can have a really good look at the flower itself. Now these flowers have 6 petals, so they're little bulbs, they're very small, they're just maybe, I don't know, 10, 12 centimetres, and you can count here that they have 6 petals. So before I even start drawing, the first thing I do is just look. And I've got several photographs to work from, so I am just looking through these photos. I'm looking at this beautiful dark purple. I'm looking at these sort of paler purples with these beautiful purple veins. We've got these white forms here as well. So I'm just looking at a few of them to decide which one of these do I fancy drawing. So, and I have a feeling this one may have been this one here, or one that's very, very similar. The great thing when you're working from a photo is sometimes you can zoom in, just so in case you can't see something closely, you can zoom in to get more detail. Okay, so let's get ourselves started. So you're going to need a sketchbook and a pencil. I like to use a soft pencil. When I'm out and about, I'll often use a mechanical pencil, something like this, because I haven't got to sharpen it. So just use whatever you have. Little bulldog clip, super handy to keep your sketchbook open. So let me find a photo to work from. This one's quite good. It's quite a large photograph. Now, the first thing when we're drawing something like this, a flower, is to look at what the basic shape is, which for me, it's like a cup. You've got a sort of circle at the top. Imagine it like an open cup, and it comes down to a base. So it's sort of a little bit like a cone, and this circle is the sort of tips of these petals here. Okay, so I keep the pencil really loose and I just try and position the size and shape of my flower on the page. So this is this sort of cup shape. And this might not be perfectly accurate, but I'm just beginning to mark the shape out to get that onto the page. And then what I'm going to start to do is then feel my way by very loose light pencil sketches, feel my way into finding these 6 petals. Now I know the 6, I can count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 3 on the inside and 3 wrapping around the outside. Because I've looked, I've observed, I've looked at several photos. I'm beginning to sort of understand the shape of this flower. And I'm just marking out this first petal at the front, and this might not be totally accurate, but again, loose pencil grip, don't hold on to your pencil for dear life. That can be incredibly tiring. And I'm just going to try and find that petal at the back as well. Okay, so I've loosely, roughly marked some of those petals in. What I now just want to sort of check is, have I got the sort of placement right? I feel like this distance here might be a little bit too tall, but I'm actually also just going to put in this bright orange area here, which are the reproductive parts of the flower. So they stand out in orange, they stand out for the pollinators. And I'm just going to check this distance here. So that distance here is sort of 1 and a bit of that. So it's just not bad. Again, I'm not going for a very, very detailed botanical detailed sketch. This is my sort of observational sketch, and if I'm working in real life, if I was sat on the ground in front of this flower, I would probably work a little quicker, a little looser, get my impression. It would very much be a sketch that is there to just record my impression of this at the time. I'm obviously going a little slower today because I'm teaching, and I sometimes find that when I talk, I slow down my sketching. A lot of sketching and drawing is about observation. It's really taking that time to observe. And the great thing with petals like these, they have got veins that flow around the contours of the flower. They really mark out the shape. You can see they curve out, and you can tell that's three-dimensional because of the curve of those central purple veins as they climb up the flower. It's really, really rather fascinating. So the other thing I start to do is look at the negative space. So I start to look at the shapes. So what I'm actually going to start looking at are these sort of V's here at the top. And that helps me just figure out, have I got these shapes right? I'm also going to look at this shape here. As this petal comes down, and I'll enlarge that so you can see, there's actually more of a space there. So again, you can constantly, great thing with working in pencil is you can rub things out, you can adjust. There's this lovely net sort of dent or dink, I'm sure that's a highly technical floral word, in the petal there. And then there's this space as it comes round. And, I might not get this perfect. I'm going for that sort of impression and understanding. Again, loose hold on the pencil, and I'm going to try and get these beautiful marks in here, those veins running up. With all sketching, it's your impression of something. We're not looking for necessarily a 100% accurate botanical representation. And I love to draw something several times. So I have drawn several crocus several times in this sketchbook, looking at it when it's slightly more of a bud. And you can see here, this is very bud-like, and then gradually they're sort of expanding, and then they really open out, and you can see all the petals, and you can see all of this beautiful sort of orangey, polleny, all the stigmas and anthers, and all the goodies that the pollinators come to on the inside. The other thing I like to sort of do as I progress a sketch is to sort of start to at times press a little bit harder, and I'm beginning to sort of find the lights and the darks. So I'm beginning to just feel my way into the flower, feel my way into exploring where the lights and the darks are. And again, this might not be 100% botanically accurate, but I'm now working down the flower here. That looks a little bit low, so I'm just going to take that back up again. Keeping it loose, and we can see these wonderful veins, this upwards flow. This is where all the veins going. And these just have these tiny little leaves that run up, and again, I've not quite got room for them here, but I'm just going to give a little bit of an impression of these here so that we've got it. And then I just keep building up. You know, sometimes I'll stop there, I'll go, yeah, that's kind of cool, I've figured out the shape of this, I'm quite enjoying this. Other times I might just then start to add in some, because I think one of the wonderful things about this particular flower, this particular species, is this awesome veination up the leaves, petals, sorry. That's probably not the technical accurate word for it, but it's just beautiful. And just the way that these sort of just curl round. They just curl round. That's what I see. We'll all see different things. We'll all look at these different flowers and see different things that we're drawn to and attracted to. So whatever it is that you see, whether it's this flower or a different flower or anything in between, what is it that you like about it? That's what you're recording in your sketchbook. Is it the colour? Is it the shape? For me, I just think it's this beautiful 6-petaled shape. This cup form is just, you know, really rather wonderful. A tip as well, if you're then working into finding the light and the dark, which we call the tone when you're sketching, is to slightly glaze your eyes over, and then you'll begin to see where the lights and the darks are. So I'm just going to sort of start to sort of shadow that in, and for me I'm just going to, I sort of want to accentuate that lovely slightly wavy edge to those leaves. I just think that's really fascinating, really fascinating. And again here there's some really lovely marks there. So all of my sketches are different. You know, this type of sketch here where I'm sketching a bud might just be a little bit looser and simpler, because I just want to mark the leaves, and I'm not necessarily, see here, I'm not necessarily getting the veins and all the tone, I'm just trying to place the petals. So really see your sketches as explorations. That's, you know, what I think a sketch is. It's a sort of study, it's taking your impression. It's not necessarily a finished piece of work. I'm actually just going to darken some of this in the middle because tonally this is a little bit darker here. And just explore, find your way, have a lot of fun with this. I think they're beautiful flowers. If you can go and find some in real life, I highly recommend it. And just enjoy sketching these lovely little, you know, joyous, springy flowers that come and go in just, you know, a few weeks. They're here and then they're gone, and they're just really rather wonderful. But in terms of sketching, my tip is to kind of think of it like a flower. Obviously it's flower, sorry. Think of it like a cup. So you've got your circle at the top coming down into this kind of cup, goblet shape. I suppose goblet is a good word for it. And then loose, find those basic shapes, mark them in loosely, and then you can start to gradually sort of add more detail. And don't be afraid to use a rubber to tidy up, to lift graphite back off again. If you feel you've gone a little heavy to start with, just lift the graphite back up if you've, you know, gone in a little too heavy with it to start with. But keep it loose, keep it exploratory. That's how I would sort of start any sort of study of any object really. I would keep it exploratory, loose, and take your time. You know, don't rush. When we're sketching flowers and nature, I think one of the beautiful things is to just observe, is to watch, to enjoy that, and, you know, sketch, enjoy, appreciate the beauty of nature and flowers, and have a wonderful old time with it. I hope that is of interest to you and that you've enjoyed looking at these crocus and hopefully have a go at sketching some yourself as well. If you want more drawing tutorials, obviously do have a look through the rest of my YouTube channel and have a look at my website susanyates.co.uk, where you'll find lots of sketching goodness. And of course, don't miss out on my book, Sketchbook Challenge. 100 prompts for daily drawing with lots of sketching prompts and inspiration for you to look through. Thank you very much. Take care. Happy sketching, everyone.